Hi. Well, what's that? No, I was just going to thank Bela Lugosi, who I did thank to music. It was a little more dramatic than I guess it would have been.
Thank him now on the record. What were you trying to say?
Well,
We didn't
basically,
hear.
what I was really saying was, I mean, in some strange way, I got a chance to make a comeback. I mean, I managed to bounce back from a career in the doldrums. I mean, doing a lot of films that were really not much better than the Ed Wood movies. So, understanding that, I managed to get out of that. He never did, and I always felt, having watched 30 of his movies, I began to realize what an incredibly gifted actor he was. So what I basically was going to say is that the homage to him, I mean, it was almost a strange way that this was for both of us, because it was basically the speech he never got to make. And that's really what I wanted to say. I mean, if you really watch his work the way I had to, I mean, and dissect it, you see an amazingly talented man who's so centered and so strong, doing films like Bela Lugosi Meets the Brooklyn Gorilla, which everyone here should take a look at. Because, I mean, it's a Universal film done in the early 50s with a Martin and Lewis team that are, it's like a road company Martin and Lewis team. There's a guy who does Jerry Lewis and a guy who sings. They're on an island, a lot of people running around, rather misshapen people running around in sarongs. And in a laboratory is Bela Lugosi injecting little animals with a serum that turns them overnight into a man in a terrible gorilla suit. And with all of this going on, there is this man with amazing stature and presence and dignity, and he's wonderful in this context. And my heart went out to him, because I've done things like that where you literally, you go home at night and you say, my God, how can I live with myself? Though I've never done anything that offended me to the point where I wanted to kill myself, I came close a couple of times, but you have to pay the rent. Somewhere along the way, I felt like that pinch hitter on a team that I said, and the manager kept walking past me and never putting me up to bat. I literally felt like, I said, just put it over the plate. I'm ready to hit that ball out of the park. And it took a lot of years, because no one took me seriously for a long time. And when Francis Coppola sent the script of Tucker, when I read it, I said, I didn't say Academy Award nominee, I didn't say any of those things. What I did say is, this is going to make people notice again that I can say 4 words in a row, and I'm okay. I've always felt pound for pound I'm one of the best around, and it's nice to get this. Thank you.
You've been considered the front runner since the nominations came out. What did that mean coming in tonight?
That's so terrible. I mean, it really is. I won all the Critics Awards, which is so nice, and the Golden Globe and the Screen Actors Guild Award, the first one, and the Premiere Magazine and the Comedy Award. And I didn't want to hear that, because I've been here twice before. After Tucker and after Crimes and Misdemeanors, they said you're the front runner, and I went home, Nicholson was sitting in front of me, and Jack was my student for 3 years. I don't know if any of you know that, but he was my acting student, and literally missed 1 class in 3 years. It was amazing, and he came all the time. So there's Jack. He's presenting an award to Antonioni tonight, and Jack said, "Just enjoy it." And my attitude has been that, See, my work, I don't want to spend a lot of time in the past, because, hey, I use it in my work, but I don't want to spend my time there. I don't want to spend a lot of time in the future either. Now, and my work, I hope it reflects the fact that I do spend my time in the present. It is moment to moment. An audience, all they want to believe is what's going on is happening for the first time. That's really what it is. I feel almost like I'm having an out-of-body experience. This is such a strange feeling. It's very hard to do this. To go through that gauntlet, and it's barbaric. I really mean it. This is a strange ritual. I must say I'm enjoying it, and I have enjoyed it all evening, and I'm really enjoying it now. But this is inhuman. It's like the first time I ever saw Gargantua at the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus. The kid said, "How was that?" And I said, "It ain't human." That's what I feel about this.
So Martin,
Yeah.
you got through it. You're in the
Hey.
present. You got the future. How's this going to affect your future? What's going to?
Well, I know what I'm doing next. Anyway, I'm doing Geppetto in Pinocchio. I'm in Savoy's movie, and I'm going to work with the Jim Henson technology. I mean, there's going to be 6 people working a puppet. Hey, I've worked with some very wooden actresses over the years, so this ain't going to be anything new. You know what I mean? Well, the Saska's going to tilt my house a little further. It's tipping off the hill as it is now. I mean, this is great. I mean, I keep saying, think of all the alternatives. I mean, I'm having the best time. What a year this has been. I mean, this has been amazing. Hey, I did a job. I enjoyed it. I talked to Tim Burton this morning. I wasn't kidding. Tim called me, and he's in New York at a hotel under an assumed name. I won't tell you what it is. It's a great name, and you get a great kick out of it, but I can't tell you what it is. And he's coming back in 2 weeks, and when he does, we're going to have dinner. I'm having the best time. I mean, I'm loving this. I mean, at this age, a lot of guys my age are hanging up their hats, and there's some of them are so gifted and talented. I mean, I know how lucky I am. This is a tough business, and and I'm not easy to cast in that, I don't have a clear outline. I mean, I've said this before. If you're casting Danny DeVito or Joe Pesci or even Harrison Ford, it's pretty clear what you're going to get. You never know what you're going to get with me, and it takes a particular kind of director to hire me. It took a Hitchcock, it took a Coppola, it took a George Stevens, it took a Woody Allen, and it took a Tim Burton, because what I come up with, I mean, I'm not a casting director or a typecasting director's dream actor. I'm not, because I mean, you're not going to get something, like, I mean, there are a lot of people who've been afraid to cast me because they don't know what the hell I'm going to do, and I sort of like that. But certain directors, and most of the time what's happened is that very imaginative and guys who understand what it is I do have cast me, and I haven't let them down, and I never will. So that's the point, and I'm not a good one to tout my own or blow my own horn. I never have been, and I've never really, up until recently, had agents who went out there for me. So what's happening now is people are beginning to say, "Hey, the kid can act." And the word kid, and it's a little late, folks, but it's great. I'm having the best time. Yes. Oh, my goodness. What is this? What is happening?
Martin, before
Yes.
you leave,
Yes.
I'm with Kodak, and on
Oh.
behalf of the Academy
Oh, my
and
God.
Kodak, we'd like to give you an Oscar moment.
Wow.
And there you are receiving.
And my heart was still beating.
There you are receiving the award.
Wow.
Congratulations.
That's so nice. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's so great. Boy, hey, this is it. If I were a Nobel physicist, I mean, that would be a great honor because other physicists give it to you. And people in the Academy do know that what we do is tough. It ain't easy, and I'm thrilled. That is for the National Endowment. Yes. What it is 64 cents from every single person in this country will support the National Endowment of the Arts for a year. The NEA literally runs the Defense Department for 5 hours, and they're cutting back on it. That's ridiculous. In any society where there's been progress, there's been artistic growth as well. And when that ceased to exist in Rome and in Greece, both of those civilizations went through the cracks. It's so insane that we're doing that. Anyway, so that's my little quiet political. I mean, I think all of you guys should write about it because it's so dumb. Anyway. Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.